Hello students, I hope all the topics that we have covered in the first three videos are clear. Today we will start with the last part of the chapter, census and sample methods of collection of data. So look at this mind map. So these are the different topics we have covered in this chapter. Already we have done concept, suitability, merits and demerits of census method, concept, suitability, merits and demerits of sample method, methods of sampling, that is purposive sampling, random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified sampling, quota sampling and convenience sampling. These topics already we have done. Today we will start with the last part of the chapter, that is comparative study of census and sample method, or difference between sample and census method. So first we will start with the reliability of sampling data. So when the information collected through the sampling method is reliable, when the size of the sample is not very small. If the size of the sample will be small, then the information collected from that sample will not be adequate enough to draw the right conclusion. So the size of the sample should not be very small. Method of sampling. Method of sampling should be simple. If it is not simple, then the conclusion or result will not be dependable. Next is bias of correspondents and enumerators. The information or the sample that is selected by the enumerator. Enumerator is a person who is hired for the purpose of inquiry or survey. So the enumerator should be free of partiality or biasness in selection of sample to get the right information to make the conclusion more reliable. Next is training of enumerators. Training of enumerator is very important. The enumerator should be properly trained in the selection of sample to get the information and to draw the right conclusion. So the training of the enumerator is very much important. Next is census and sample method, a comparative look, or the difference between census and sampling method. First is coverage. In census method, all the items of the population are investigated or studied. For example, if there are 25,000 households in your town and information is collected from each and every household, so that is suitable in the census method. But in sampling method, only the few of the items are investigated or studied. For example, out of 25,000 households, only 2500 households are selected to get the information. So in census method, all the items are investigated or studied, but in sampling method, out of the entire population, only few of the items are selected to get the information and to draw the conclusion. Next is suitability. When the investigation area is small, then census method is suitable. Means when population or universe size is not very large, then it is easy to get the information from each and every item, then census method is suitable. But when the area of investigation is large, then sample method is suitable. When it is difficult to get the information from the large population from each and every item, then only few of the items can be selected, and through the information collected from that sample, the information can be drawn. Next is accuracy. If high degree of accuracy is required, then census method is suitable because information is collected from each and every item. But when high degree of accuracy is not required, then sample method is suitable because each and every item is not studied in the sample method. Next point is time. Census method is using or consuming less time in comparison with the census method because only few of the items are investigated, so there is a need of less time in the sample method. Nature of items. When the items are presenting diverse characteristics like middle income families, high income families, low income families, then census method is suitable. It is important to get the information from all the types of families. But when the items are very homogeneous or same in the characteristics, then sample method is suitable. Like if you are going to any slum area, you are collecting information from the poor household. So rather than to collect the information from each and every poor household, you can collect the information from few of the households, and on the basis of that information you can draw the conclusion about the each and every household who are living in slum area. Next is verification. The information that is collected through census method. So that verification is not possible because each and every item is investigated. On the other hand, sample method, only few of the items are selected and investigated. So the information collected from the sample method, we can verify it again and we can detect or identify the errors or mistakes. Okay, so this is a comparison point. So there are the different points like census method is more costly, time consuming, and it is representing the diverse characteristics of the universe, and verification is not possible, but that is possible in the case of sampling method. So this is the last part of the chapter. So students, in this chapter we have done census method, sample method, their features, demerits, sampling methods, and comparison between census and sample method. I hope all the topics are clear to you. Thank you.